We're back in Indy where edge rushers working out for scouts today. Will Anderson and Tyree Wilson headline the list as teams looking for wingspan and arm length here. In addition to the drills we'll see on the field, the three-cone drill is where it's at when it comes to evaluating edge rushers. It simulates bending, fighting through contact to finish. Elite pass rushers, they're hoping to test under 7 seconds on the three-cone. And more on Will Anderson and Tyree Wilson. Anderson racked up 34.5 sacks over the last 3 seasons, by far the most by any player in the FBS. Wilson had a breakout 2022 season when he led the nation in pressure rate as an edge rusher. Anderson will participate in some of the drills here at the Combine today. Wilson will not as he continues to recover from foot surgery. But RC, do you think that Tyree Wilson is gaining some ground on Will Anderson and maybe should go ahead of him?
So, see, I was with you, and then you threw the monkey wrench at the end. I do believe that he's gaining ground because when you watch his film and you also see the length, the ability to go from speed to power or from power to speed, also the way that he uses his hands, you're going to fall in love with this guy, especially once the measurables start to be seen. But let's not make this too complicated, right? Let's think about the film of Will Anderson. Let's think about the way that he's impacted games from the time we've watched him on the field in Tuscaloosa, whether it was rushing the quarterback, we've watched him drop into coverage, the way that he's finished plays, having scoop and scores, pick sixes, all of these things that he's been able to do, and the focus that that was put on him and the attention that he gained each and every game last year in the SEC. I just believe that when we start to look at his film, we'll remember something similar to what I think teams should have remembered last year. When you look at Trayvon Walker and the things that we saw from Aiden Hutchinson, sometimes the film don't lie.
Yeah, here's the only question I have with Will Anderson, and I agree with you 100%. Look, he plays his rear end off. Nobody plays tougher than him. Any defensive end who is 240, 250 that can go all the way down inside from a 1 technique out to a 9, look, you've got my respect. But look, I'll tell you what, see, scouting to me is always about context. So when I watch him against Tennessee, for instance, right, I want to see him going up against Darnell Wright, who is an absolute monster. Darnell Wright is a monster. He's an eraser. He will take people's hearts away in football games. Will struggled with this guy because he didn't have a pass rush package. He didn't have a counter to go with it. He just kept trying to run down the middle on him, and Darnell Wright is like, are you kidding me? You're not going anywhere. I'm just going to lock you down. I'm 6'6", 330 pounds, and I have 35-inch arms. So you're going to have to come with something other than just effort, motor, bull rush. You better be able to counter, you better have a great get-off, and you better just be able to develop that. So, look, I'm not saying Will Anderson is not going to be a great pro because there's been many guys who have come into the NFL who in college we thought, this guy's not a really good pass rusher. There's a guy in Pittsburgh who wears number 90 named T.J. Watt. When he came out of school, people thought, he's not going to be that good, and you see what T.J. did. So all I'm saying, though, is there's levels to it when you're talking about the top of the draft. Now it's just about where do I draft the guy, not if I draft him, because Will Anderson's going to go, he's going to go high, and he's going to be productive. But let's just not lose sight of the fact that he needs to continue to develop his game, because if you go up against guys like Darnell Wright and just come with that, that's what you're going to get.
Good point.
Yeah, I will say this. Will Anderson is his own probably worst enemy when it comes to criticism. Like, he wants to be the absolute best. So if he happens to think he got disrespected where he gets picked, that's going to factor in. Mina, what have you liked, though, as you've continued to watch the film of Wilson?
Yeah, I still have Anderson above him, but it was closer, frankly, than I thought upon watching Tyree. Talked about the measurables. I'm really curious to see where his wingspan comes in, because that dude is built like a pterodactyl, and it shows on the field. The length and the way he uses those long arms, coupled with his insane closing speed, it's really remarkable. He has speed, he has power, he doesn't have a complete set of pass rushing moves. But where he's different from Trayvon Walker is he has proven already that he can get after the quarterback. At the very top, we showed a stat that he has a 20% pressure rate, which is top in FBS. Walker in his final year at Georgia, rushing just from the edge, I know he lined up all over, was only at 8%, which was 154th. So Wilson has already shown that ability. I do think he needs to work on his moves, but his upside is pretty extraordinary.
Man, watch out for that wingspan. That's one of those measurements that here we all
It's going to be crazy.
Get excited.
I'm just telling you guys, wait for that to come in.
Oh, we'll keep you updated as soon as we find out what it is.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.